Alright, Tabletop Life fans, we're back with another video battle report. Today I'm going to be playing Nick's Tyranids, and we're just fresh off of Warzone Atlanta, so I've got my Warzone Atlanta list. Marines with the Gladius. I ended up going 5-2. 2 games I lost. They were not the list fault. Let's put it that way. So the list did everything I wanted to do, so there's no tweaks. It's just ready to go. So we're going to see what Nick's got. We're going to be doing some NTL, some National Tabletop League practice. We're going to do some different layouts here. Yeah, we'll get started. We'll go through all that. But let's go through this list real quick, and then we'll see what Nick's playing on the other side. So, the Gladius, the man himself, Calgar, he just does so much. His main buff is just giving me command points and then running around being a beat stick. He's got a lot of joining options. I like this list. It's very flexible who I join. So I'll have to see who I'm going to do it against. Nick, I think he has some interesting reasons to... What is going on? Okay, so characters. We got 5 total characters counting Calgar. We have Uriel, so we can deep strike somebody. We got the Firestorm. What is it called? The Bolt Storm. I don't know. Fire Discipline? Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm looking at Nick and he doesn't know. The Apothecary Biologist, so we can give the aggressors things. We got the Fighty Captain. He's got the Honor Veterament, so he has extra strength and attacks. We got the Lone Op Lieutenant, just being a Lone Op and giving me some reroll ones, hopefully. 3 units of Inceptors. I got 6 Bolt ones and 2 Plasmas. Everyone's always like, all plasma all the time. I really like the Bolters. It's very situational. Sometimes the Plasmas are the way to go. Sometimes the Bolters are just better. So it just depends on your layout and your matchup. So when we start building for teams, this will likely change because we'll probably need to tune this list for certain matchups. This is really just a take all comers list, but that may be what I need for teams. So we'll see how it ends up shaking out over time. Still got the Fighty Squad of Assault Intercessors with the Power Fist. I got the Honor, the Company Heroes. Those guys are just nice models. They're cool. And they do some stuff, so they're pretty good. 1 unit of Eradicators. Ended up going with a Lancer for my second anti-tank option. Just a little beefed up. Got a unit of Aggressors. And I had 2 units of Scouts, but with the Lancer it messed up my points, so I had 30 points left over. Put in the Incursors. They are not Scouts. I ended up wanting to make them do things that Scouts don't normally do. They don't infiltrate. So at first I did not like them, but they have their own utility all themselves. So once I kind of figured out how to use them, cursors are great. So that's the list. Let's go look at Nick and see what he's playing on.
All right, back for a rematch against Thomas. Brought in the bugs again. This is also my Warzone Atlanta list, basically. A couple little tweaks to it. Had pretty good luck with it, so we'll see what we do here. I got 1 unit of Hormagaunts. I got 2 units of the Von Ryans, just because they're fun to run out there and do utility stuff. I'm going to play the Parasite and see how he does. 3 Neurolictors, the regular Hive Tyrant with a big gun, the Death Leaper, who's in every list regardless. I got some Raveners back here, Neuro Tyrant, because when Shadow in the Warp works, it works great, and he just helps it make it a little bit better. I got 2 units of Gargoyles for doing gargoyle stuff, running out, being fast, grabbing objectives, being annoying. Really good at being annoying. I got Maleceptor, 3 Exocrines, and 2 units of 3 Warriors, just because they punch pretty hard, but I don't expect them to do much other than do a couple chop and then die. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try a couple different things out. I'm going to do fixed this time around. I don't usually do that, but I got a lot of flack for it, and I need to try it out. So here we go.
All right. Stand up and motion cannon here. We're playing Scorched Earth, Chilling Rain, and Dawn of War. We're playing NTL, so National Tabletop League, so we have some pre-made layouts. I went ahead and let Nick take the best of, since we're just simulating. He won the role to pick the sides pick the layout during the team selection process. So this is the layout that he thought would be most advantageous to him. So it's a little bit different than some of the normal layouts we've been playing recently. So we have 4 GW1s and 4 ones that we used Art of War to make. So here is the general layout. It's Dawn of War, so interesting places to hide. He's got these things right up on the edge, so give us a little bit new nuance to play. These guys Tyranids over there. We're going to go roll it up and see who starts first. All right, here we are, all deployed. We don't know who's going first yet. This is Scorched Earth, so we can burn objectives. I have in reserve the Inceptors, of course. These two guys are inside the rhinos. This is deep striking. So everyone always thinks Calgar goes with the aggressors. The way I play it, typically, unless I really, really need it, Calgar is usually joined to this unit of eradicators. It's very matchup dependent. I really go back and forth what I want. He's got some guys pushing me out on the point here. He's got some guys pushing me out here. I'm going to try to abuse him taking fixed. He's taking deploy teleport homers and what was it? Engage. Not even behind enemy lines. He's going engage. He's only got rippers in reserve, so I got a lot more reserve manipulation. Just loan up lieutenant. He's just hanging out here, so we'll see where he ends up. But let's go ahead and go to the first roll, see who goes first, and we'll come back after the movement phase and see what's happening. All right, the Tyranid player was glad that the Marines went first, so I'm doing tactical, so I drew. I got tempting target and overwhelming force. He's got some guys on objectives. I don't know if those guys are touching, but he picked this one for overwhelming force. I have to declare which my center one is since he's deploying teleport homers. I'm going to pick that as my lieutenant objective. And yeah, let's go do the movement phase, and then we'll come back and see who we're going to kill this turn. All right, so here we go. We did some stuff. We tempted him, and he fell for the trap. I lost all the scouts, so that was unfortunate. So I went ahead and put myself in assault doctrine. The scouts are like, that's a juicy biovore. Maybe I kill it, maybe I don't, but I'll make him have to back up from combat. And so I advanced him out here. He went ahead and overwatched, rolled some sixes. They exploded. They killed all of the scouts. So these guys jumped out of the Land Raider. They advanced. They're going to try to charge here, but they rolled kind of low, so they're going to have to go around. It's a little tough. I put this guy in the Devastator Doctrine so I can advance and shoot. Uriel and his squad still inside, but I did peek this angle here so I can shoot at these warriors. I got tempting target on this objective by just either both of these units touching it. This tank can't see anything, so it's just going to advance out and stage for next turn. These guys are like, well, somebody's got to hold the whole base, so they backed up a little bit. Calgar's like, we got to get overwhelming force on the wrong side of the wall. Not ideal. I roll my advance. They roll a 1. So awesome. Not the place they want to be. That's a very long charge. I have 1 CP left. So we're going to have to see what we can do. Hopefully we make some things happen. We come back and kill a bunch of stuff. All right, let's come back. All right, here we go. We've got both the charges and kills. We're out in the open, so this is kind of like Von Ryan's second. All my guys out here. I did hit this charge. I needed an 8, a 9 to get Calgar over the wall. He hit a 10, so he made it. Over here, I needed a 3 to make it, but I rolled an 8, made it, killed all those guys. That's it. We got some tempting targets for 5. We got overwhelming force for just the 1. I went ahead and tagged this one guy just to kind of prevent him from doing things. He killed one of my eradicators. They're going to get shot by big boys, so that's okay. We're just going to take the damage when we get it. I just need him to do stuff to fall back. So we'll come back to that after his turn and see what happens. Now let's go to turn 1 for the Tyranids and see how they're going to score. Remember that he has fixed, deploy teleport homers, and engage on all fronts. All right, end of the movement phase for Tyranids turn 1. So tagging that unit here was important, even though it lost me Eradicator, because it allowed me to, as soon as he fall back, finish his move within 9 inches of me, I can now pop the strat to move. Now, the complications of that was he forced me to take 2 battle shocks at -1. Luckily, I made both of those. And then the second one is I had to roll high enough to get over the wall. Based on my consolidation, I was a little sloppy, so I had to roll a 4+. I did make the 4, so I got over the wall. So I'm safe. So you can't free shoot me with this guy. But at the end of his turn, he did move guys off the board and come back down. So he's got some guys just hanging out back here, do some secondaries. All these guys moved up. Unfortunately, he made a battle shock test on the Land Raider, and I passed 2 on Calgar at -1, but I could not pass the straight one on the Land Raider, so now I could not overwatch, so he ran some chumps out here to move block me / steal that point from me. And then he's also lining these guys up. He popped the strat to put 2 of those guys into lethal hits, so he's going to try to blow up the Land Raider right here. I can't even armor contempt it because I'm battle shocked. Unfortunate. This guy moved back just off the objective because we're not going to control it, and see what he does if he tries to come out after me. I have a lot of reserves, so it's kind of okay if this stuff dies. It's a little bit of a ploy. I didn't necessarily need to give him all of this, but I want to see if I can't just push him out a little bit and just draw all the fire so I can get his stuff dead. So let's see if it works. Hopefully maybe I don't lose some guys and, you know, magic will happen. All right, end of the shooting. We'll just go do a quick in-game recap. I popped Armor Contempt. This guy kind of flubbed his rolls. I kind of had 4-up saves on some guys in cover. He only killed one guy from the Exocrine. These guys shot some bolters, killed one more guy, so I'm still alive there. He's going to do some charging. Over here, I had cover. Took a bunch of 4-up saves against AP3. He rolled low. Lethals didn't pop off. I rolled some good 4-ups. I'm still alive. 10 moves left. So, not ideal for the Nids. He's got his secondaries. Let's see what he does charge-wise. All right, end of turn 1. Nick got his deploy teleport homers and engage. I've drawn capture enemy outposts and behind me lines. Unfortunately, I'm within range of the Death Leaper at -1. I failed the battle shock, so I don't score primary there. Over here, I'm good. Captain survived. He's able to punch 7 of those guys and kill that last warrior. But he did lose all his friends, so I lost the point here, so no point on primary there. And then he has enough guys to out-OC my Land Raider. It did pass its battle shock. But I do hold my home base, so I do get 5 points for primary. Now let's just see if we can get the enemy outposts and behind enemy lines. All right. Top of turn 2 movement. I've left the aggressors off the board. I went to Tactical Doctrine, not necessarily because I need it, but I have some tricks I'm potentially planning. So I've dropped a lot of Inceptors in. We got Plasmas here to try to pick on these warriors. We got Bolter guys. They're kind of screened out here. It's a little tight, touch and go. So I'm just going to use a couple to pick off the more tricks there. Try to thin down the herd. These guys jumped out so they can assault that Neurolictor. He was not engaged, so he's going to fall out, potentially throw a grenade at somebody that wants to get hurt. I'm going to try to pick up both of these characters, both these monsters here if we get lucky. We do have this monster here as well. Calgar rolled a 6 for his advance, so they moved out from the wall. Oh, I have nobody on that objective. Oh, mistakes. I'm going to have to think about that. Just give it to him. But we're going to shoot this. We have the tank here to also help clean up that guy. So we should be able to kill up a lot of the big bugs. I do have behind enemy lines and capture enemy outposts. So I'm like, Calgar will try to advance and get behind enemy lines. This captain will potentially try to advance. I've kind of mispositioned him a little bit for that. And then we have aggressors here. We don't have anybody else to get behind the line, so we're just going to do damage. Whatever. We get some points, we don't. We're going to kill a lot of stuff. All right, end of turn 2. Lots of shooting. Lots of things living with just a few wounds. Coming over here, I split fire with these plasma guys after I kill Big Boy. 5 wounds left on this guy. 2 wounds left on this guy. Calgar needed to get behind me line, so he shot over here. Did some work. I rolled 6 ones to wound with my Vitreous Guard. I did some slaps. He rolled some 6s with the slaps, so he only lost 4 of the gargoyles. And then this guy, I punched him down. He took 6 saves out of my 6 wounds, and he survives with 1 wound. What a jerk. Over here, I need a 7 with the reroll to get in here and punch this guy and tag his brain bug. I need a 7. I rolled a 6 into a 3. Did not make it. These guys here, Honor Guard, punched out the guy, did some work. He's dead. Consolidated here. Land Raider split fire. Did some damage to the Oath Big Bug. Shot this guy. He popped Feel No Pain. He made some Feel No Pains. And then ended up charging and flaming the gargoyles or the hormagaunts and killed the rest of them. These guys split fire. Killed some warriors down to 1 wound. This guy took a couple wounds but still alive. Shot over here. Needed 6s. He failed a bunch, but then he made a bunch of Feel No Pain. So, again, nothing. He threw a grenade to finish off some guys. So, an eventful turn. I killed a lot of stuff, wounded a lot of stuff. I still have aggressors. I feel very powerful right now, but he still has a lot of stuff alive, which I'd hope to kill a bit more, but can't be too greedy about it. Let's go to his turn 2 and see what he can do. All right, I intentionally put 1 guy here so I can get max shooting. I had to get a hard angle to try to pop that guy. I was just going to contest here, but of course, Tyranids, -1 to my leadership battle shock test. I failed it, so he gets primary. 5 points. He get the home base. That's 10 points on primary. I tried to deny him. All right, back to the schedule program. All right, top of turn 3. Before we do the scores, let's take a look at the carnage here. Death Leaper came in hot. Both of these guys punched into my 3-man. This guy right here, whiffed City, didn't do any damage. Death Leaper swung, killed a guy. He decided he was going to consolidate into me. I pulled the guy away from him. That cost him his last 2 wounds because I did exactly 2 slaps back to him and he failed both saves. Death Leaper's dead. Chumps. Now I get to shoot him. Over here, he was able to like shoot at my company of heroes. -1 to wound. They failed their battle shock like chumps, so they're +1 to wound because they're next to the brain bugs over here or the lictors. So back to +1 to wound. He rolled max shots, did exactly enough damage to kill him, and then he charged in, did exactly enough damage to kill Uriel, who was left alive with one hit. It was just 1-1-1 every time. Over here, Land Raider, unscathed. He drove over the treads, chipped a wound off of him. Over here, 1 wound guy, killed 1 plasma guy. With City, more tricks, killed 1 guy, grew 3 bases back. I punched back, killed a base, did some wounds. Now I'll have to see if I can actually score primary, if I can pass some battle shocks here. This guy's on the objective, so he's going to contest that. Let's go, battle shocks. Where'd it go? Where are we going?
Everywhere, all of them.
These guys?
Yep.
-1. They don't care. Over here? Nobody cares.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone? What do you mean? Are you doing the shadows? Calgar? He doesn't care. Not this time. The tank? Duh, he does care. -1. Battle shock. Over here on the point. A 6, he fails it. Over here on the lieutenant. He passes. The Land Raider. He fails it. The Inceptors, they pass it. And then the lone chump over there, he passes. So I lost all the primaries. That's not good. Come back. These guys are trying to like bogart me. Nobody cares on that one. Critical battle shocks on the Shadows in the Warp turn. Always Tyranids. But I'm about to take his home base here. We've dropped the aggressors here. They are just in range. I'll probably swap these guys so I can see. This guy will try to kill him, and then maybe make this 9-inch. That's a long charge there. These guys, I could spend the CP to fall back. I don't know if it's worth it right now. It's only really if I think I need the extra firepower to kill that guy. I think I'd just be safe, shoot my pistols in combat, kill that thing, and be done with it. Down here, this is questionable because I just give him primary here, but he won't have any other primary except for this, so maybe I give him the 5 here and just kill these Raveners, and then he won't have anything to deal with me. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, end of the turn 3 Marines. We did cleanse with our lone op lieutenant. Capture enemy outpost. We were able to take it. We punched and punched and punched. This guy's still alive, but he could not hurt Calgar. Over here, these guys split fire. This guy had 5 wounds, so literally had a plasma hit twice, and he failed both saves and died. Then I had to shoot here, 3 plasmas. 2 plasmas, I rolled snake eyes, missed. They did not overheat. Over here, I threw a mine. I did 2 wounds. I went to throw a grenade, but I forgot that these guys are battle shocked as well. So they couldn't throw a mine or a grenade, so we had to like undo that. Over here, these guys shot full volley and just kind of whiffed City. He popped Feel No Pain. He rolled pretty hot on his saves and his Feel No Pains. 4 up involved, 5 up Feel No Pain. It only got him down to 7 wounds. And I ran in to punch him with my guys to try to keep the Land Raider alive. I'm -1 to wound, -1 to hit, all these bad things, so he's able to tank a lot of damage and not die. But he did not kill anything, really. He killed 1 guy in combat, so I'm okay with that. The tank, it was battle shock, so it wasn't going to stop him on primary here, so I went ahead and I was trying to leave room for a 9-inch charge here. I charged into him. I did some damage. He did not die. He rolled back on me. He almost killed me. Re-rolling all the wounds. I was like, what? 3 damage? Oh. But I'm still alive. He's in combat with me, so that's probably okay. I don't want to lose the tank that way. I should have probably not done that, but it'll put him in a difficult position. He doesn't have very many models left, so this turn is going to be really bleak for him, and then I'll be able to mop up, but maybe not the most optimum use of those guys. But well, it's done. So let's see what he does turn 3, and we'll see what we have left to work with. All right, end of the turn. Tyranid bottom of turn 3. He charged in here. It did not kill any guy. It killed 1 guy, and I slapped back and killed the 1 wounded guy. This guy fell back, and that guy's toes over the line, so he shot me with both the guy that was involved with the Tank Swarm Lord and the Exocrine. They're minus a hit. Through all the damage, I lost the Wounded Eradicator, so I'm still alive. He over here on his turn punched the tank, and then he took a wound in combat, popped through no pain, so he didn't really take much damage. So that's the end of that. I passed a lot of battle shock tests, so nobody's battle shocked. Yeah, we're ready to actually score some primary. Got to stop him from engaging. I drew secure no man's land and deploy teleport homers, so I should be able to do both of those fairly easily. And this is turn 4. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's going to cost me some points. 1 Ripper with 2 wounds. But I did kill the big boy, and I made the charge here with a CP reroll. The aggressors did the day. Calgar charged in, and then was able to pile in onto the objectives. All he has left is those 2 Rippers and 1 BC here to get secondaries on the last turn. I picked up both of my secondaries for max points. We'll go to the bottom of turn 4 and see what Nick does. All right, we're wrapping it up. It's getting noisy here in the studio. We got a lot of people here playing some games. He picked up on his last turn, deploy and small engage. He did not pick up any primary, and then I would table him on the last turn. On my turn, I drew area denial and extend battle line, so I was able to get max on my secondaries. So I forgot to burn. I was totally going to this guy was supposed to burn the lieutenant since I had the Land Raider there, and I was like, oh, he's only got 2 wounds. I'll just shoot him with my mortal wound combi weapon. And I'm like, totally forgot what I was doing. So I didn't get any extra primary for the Scorched Earth, but it doesn't matter. A win's a win. We don't need the extra 5 points. But those little small plays where you should probably do more. I didn't need to do this. I should have made sure this thing died. That would cost me a couple points. It's just little things, but great game for Nick. Thanks for playing. I really like this list. It does all the things I wanted to do. I pushed it really aggressively on turn 1. I don't know that I necessarily needed to, but he didn't do enough damage to stop me, and then it was like all downhill after I just kept piling it on. So, any thoughts, Nick?
No, I mean it was pretty rough going into the.
Ooh.
I knew it was gonna be uphill. No.
I can't get that volume.
I lost. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
Just saying, it was gonna be an uphill battle. I didn't have a lot of firepower going into that. I was hoping I could get ahead on points. Did my best.
And you ran fixed this time. How's that compared to tactical?
Probably cost me 5 points, I'd say, honestly, on average. But it's only the first time I'm really playing with that, so we'll see how that goes. We'll keep playing it. Maybe switch up my high fleet.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you appreciate it. If you like this content, hit that like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let me know what you think of the Marines, and should Tyranids be playing fixed, or should they be playing tactical? Let us know in the comments. All right, we'll see you next time.